Breaking news: Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has disbanded his war cabinet. My name is Shirley Williams and this is Trending Gist Channel. Here is the story in full. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has disbanded his war cabinet, an Israeli official confirmed Monday, just over a week after opposition leader Benny Gantz withdrew from the body. Decision-making will now revert to the government's primary security cabinet. The Israeli official mentioned that Netanyahu plans to hold smaller forums on sensitive matters. The war cabinet, established 5 days after the Hamas-led terrorist attacks against Israel on October 7th, included 5 members: Netanyahu, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, opposition leader Benny Gantz, and 2 observers, Dermer and Gadi Eisenkot. Gantz, viewed as Netanyahu's most formidable political rival, announced his complex and painful decision to leave the cabinet last week, citing Netanyahu's failure to formulate a strategy for the Gaza conflict and the future governance of the Strip. Netanyahu prevents us from moving forward to a real victory in Gaza, Gantz said on June 9th. He accused Netanyahu of prioritizing personal political considerations over a post-war strategy for Gaza, claiming that fateful strategic decisions are met with hesitancy and procrastination due to political considerations, and urged the prime minister to hold an election in the coming months. I call on Netanyahu, set an agreed election date. Do not let our people be torn apart, Gantz urged. In April, Gantz called for early elections to be held by September, ahead of the 1-year anniversary of the war, saying Israeli society needs to renew its contract with its leadership. The previous month, he traveled to Washington, D.C. to meet with U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris on a trip not sanctioned by the Israeli government. Gantz often surpasses the prime minister in popularity, according to opinion polls. A survey published Friday by the Israeli Maariv newspaper showed support for Gantz at 42%, compared to 34% for Netanyahu. Gantz's resignation prompted calls from far-right members in Netanyahu's governing coalition. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir to join the war cabinet. Both men were earlier excluded from the cabinet at Gantz's insistence. By dismantling the cabinet, Netanyahu may have avoided the need to accede to Ben-Gvir's demands to join the cabinet, which could have further strained Israel's relations with the United States, or having to reject his demands, which could have angered the more extreme wing of Netanyahu's coalition. Another interpretation is that without Gantz and Eisenkot, who also resigned, there was little point in maintaining the war cabinet. An Israeli official noted that Netanyahu would hold smaller forums to discuss sensitive matters related to the war with Hamas. It remains unclear whether Ben-Gvir will be excluded from these discussions. As National Security Minister, Ben-Gvir attends Israel's security cabinet alongside 12 other ministers, including Smotrich, Gallant, and Foreign Minister Israel Katz. Both Ben-Gvir and Smotrich have advocated for Israel to sustain its assault on Gaza until Hamas is completely defeated, and have threatened to topple Netanyahu's government if he accepts a peace proposal publicly announced by U.S. President Joe Biden last month. After the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) announced a daily tactical pause of military activity along a route in southern Gaza to allow aid distribution, Ben-Gvir condemned the decision. Whoever decided on a tactical pause for the purpose of a humanitarian transition, especially at a time when the best of our soldiers are falling in battle, is evil and a fool who should not continue to be in his position, he stated. Thanks for watching. See you again when we bring you another breaking news. Kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.